So I recently seen this TikTok video where there was this girl that had like this moment where she recognized, wow, getting out of the whole family dysfunction, right, of having a poor mindset is not as easy as she thinks it is. And it was a very eye-opening experience for her when she started trying to build wealth and her family had certain comments and certain things that they said that she didn't agree with. Let me show you guys this video and I'm gonna give you guys my comments.
Another thing that's crazy about getting older is just realizing how many of your family members have poor money management. And it's kind of awkward because you're in this weird phase of your life where you're like an adult, but you're still perceived as a child, really, to people because you're still young. But you know more about money and you have better, financial literacy than some of your older family members. And a lot of the times when you try to talk to them about the situation or like just in general, they get offended, right? And they don't want to hear it, or they're very dismissive because either for them it's just a pride thing, or maybe they are kind of resentful because they didn't know this information when they were younger. And to me it's just like interesting because you could change the dynamic of your family, the position that your family's in, if you just made a few financial changes. And a lot of people just don't want to face it. I don't know, it's just interesting.
Now, I love her perspective because that is something that definitely happens. I even did a video about that, about saying how it's lonely, right? Trying to become financially free, right? And debt free. Like any path you're trying to do financially to gain wealth is lonely because a lot of people do not follow and don't believe in what you're trying to do, right? And she seems to be getting to that point. And it's unfortunate when you grow up. I expand on this because she's saying family, but to me, it's expanded out to even further than family. It's also friends as well, and just society overall, where everyone decides to consume, right? Get a bunch of credit card debt. That's just the way people live life now. Use buy now, pay later, and people are just building a huge amount of debt, and they feel like that's okay, right? They feel like, you know what? Because some people know this, man. Some people think some people are just too smart, right, for the whole credit debt situation, where they say, if I pass away, then who cares? Like it just gets, it just gets wiped out and that's it. So people have that mentality of just running up debt and then just blowing it, just not paying it off and just letting it just go away, or either letting it go to collections. Because look, man, online you see a bunch of credit repair things and it's always trying to help you get out of credit repair because you're in collections, which means you're just not good with credit. So anyway, with that being said, it is something that it is a very uncomfortable conversation to have, but you just need to recognize, and she's probably gonna recognize this, it's nothing you can really say to help someone out of that situation. It's only about the things that you do, right? If you are trying to become debt free, then you become debt free, and people will understand. And someone will ask you, right, your family member or friend, hey, how did you do it? Like, how are you able to buy a car cash, right? How were you able to pay off your home, right? They'll ask you all these questions. And the most important part there is to just let them know what you did, but don't be so preachy, right? A lot of people fall victim to that a lot of people fall victim to that is once they find something new in their life, that they got some joy, they want to get preachy and tell people what they should do. And when it comes to finances, no one likes being told what to do. Right? A lot of people probably watching this video that's trying to build wealth probably keeps this to themselves. Right? The fact that they have debt is a secret. They don't want to let anyone know. So they watch videos to try to learn from it, and they keep it to themselves because they know that if they say anything to someone, they'll be judged. Or you might just get people being negative and saying, listen, debt is the way of life, and that's just the way it is. There's no reason for you to pay it off. So I get where she's coming from. I really do. And I know it's really frustrating to see someone you care for, right, or someone you love, continually like go down a path, like this path where they just constantly just drain themselves into debt. It's like this thing that I heard that was interesting. It was something about like a blade, like a wolf licking a blade, right? Because the wolf licks a blade and he tastes blood. He likes to taste the blood, and he keeps on licking the blade, keeps on tasting blood. So he's actually harming himself to taste blood and not recognizing the things that he's doing is harming himself. And that's how I feel like when it comes to debt, right? To using credit cards is, credit cards could be used as a tool, It really can. The big thing is people say the reward points and stuff like that, but it can be used as a tool because if you get a good credit score, then you're actually able to get a car loan or a mortgage, get good rates on them. Like, we know that. But it also has an element to it, and there's a dark side to it where there's a lot of things in society, right, that they just want you to use your credit card to just buy all these things. You go on Instagram and everything's trying to grab your attention. Everywhere you go, someone's trying to make you buy something and trying to make it as easy as possible by using a credit card. These companies know you can't afford it. They know you can't afford it. So that's why they have a credit card attached to it in order for you to use a credit card to get the things that you can afford, because they know that you care more about feeling good and looking good, right? Feeling good and looking good is what most people want to do. And if you tell someone, put the credit card down, pay off your debt, they don't feel good anymore. Paying off debt don't feel good to some people because they never done that before, right? They lived a life of debt. They lived a life of just using credit cards and being flashy about it, that they don't understand what it's like to not have it. Because that's where it takes a lot of sacrifice and commitment to hit financial freedom. But we all know, right? We all know the true happiness comes from building wealth, from investing, and from paying off your debt and being responsible with it. It does seem boring to some people. Some people find that boring, paying off debt. But there's nothing boring about being rich and being able to do all the things that you want to do in life. And as I always tell people, it's just a temporary setback. Like, it's a temporary setback to handle your business, and you come right back, and now you're able to go on vacation and come home and know it's fully paid off. It's done. You don't owe anything on that vacation. Some people go on vacation for 2 or 3 years, have to pay it off. But, that's just the way society is. And as much as you try to conversate with people, try to help them out, they seem to not get it. Now, let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys have been in similar situations when you try to help someone out and either they're just not listening, or they just turn around and say, listen, man, you know what? Like, I don't need you telling me how to handle my money. I got it. I've been doing it for years, and I just don't need your help. I got it. I know it's a sad, unfortunate situation, especially when you see your parents going through it, and you know what they're doing wrong, and they continually say they don't know why they live paycheck to paycheck. But now that you open your eyes and you realize, hey, these are the things that I was doing, I never recognized, and if I tell them and show them, it will help them, they're just not going to listen. Now, thank you guys for sticking around to the end of this video. Please hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys on my next one. Peace.